Welcome to another series of BK Play. This is Metal Arms, Glitch in the System, a 2003 multi-platform, so this is the PS2 version, of course, third-person shooter by Swingin Studios and published by Vivendi and Sierra. So this game it's got the sci-fi theme going on, right? But it's got these absolutely charming as hell little robot guys with these very strange, non-futuristic sounding accents, or mostly Western and stuff. This is my profile. And as you can see, I can continue my game, but I'm going to start a new one. Yes, I want to lose all my progress, so I've been playing the game a little bit on the normal difficulty, and nuts of steel. Yeah, this game's got quite the sense of humor. But no, I'm going to be playing it on easy for this playthrough, although I won't be using save states, at least not as often as I normally do, because there's very frequent checkpointing in this game. I'll get to that when we get into the game proper. So let's start our save file, auto-saving data. I think we get a cutscene, I'm not sure.
What kind of droid is that?
I don't know. I've never seen anyone like him.
Let's get him back to Droid Town. The Colonel will know what to do.
Check out that strange marking.
Hey, Crunk, were you able to repair our mystery bot?
Of course I f***ing fixed him. It was a huge pain in the f***ing waistband, because he's some kind of custom jobby, but nothing I couldn't handle. Some of his memory chips were fried, so he'll need a new data upload. But after that, he should be as good as f***ing new.
Huh. Does his ID chip still function?
Yeah, says his name is Glitch.
All right, Glitch. Welcome to the Droid Rebellion. Take our new fixer-upper to data upload and get him back online. Now, ladies!
Yes, sir!
Okay, just sit back and try to relax, Glitch. You might feel a little jolt, but that's just us restoring your standard droid databank memory.
Iron Star, a planet at the edge of the universe, thought to have been built from debris and space scrap by a mysterious race called the Morbots. While they've never been seen, it is believed that the Morbots still inhabit great cities at the core of Iron Star, where they generate the massive amounts of power consumed by the planet's inhabitants. None dare enter the Morbots' lethal domain, and the mere mention of their name evokes fears of mutation, mutilation, or worse, deactivation. Over time, the surface of Iron Star saw the droid race grow and prosper by mining vast amounts of the planet's plentiful ore. The ore allowed the droids to establish an advanced industrial society which thrived for thousands of years, until the droid's beloved Dr. Exavolt attempted to advance droid technology beyond its current limits, but his experiment went terribly wrong. An horrific explosion destroyed his lab and resulted in the creation of a powerful, sadistic military bot known as General Corrosive. The remains of Dr. Exavolt were never found, but his memory lived on to inspire the next generation of droids. The evil General Corrosive rose to power and led his army of mill troops to attack the droids, sending their once peaceful nation into a tailspin of terror and destruction. The droids that remained were cast into slavery in the factories and mines of their mill overlords. Those who refused were immediately deactivated and recycled. As fate seemed to cast a shadow over the droid civilization, a ragtag band of bots led by the heroic Colonel Alloy were able to carve out one last vestige of hope, a single city known as Droid Town. It is here that the droids make their final stand, calling on all willing and able droids to rise up in rebellion before it's too late.
Attention! The mills have infiltrated Sector 6 of the mines. All droid troopers report to the command center at once. Attention! Attention! All droid troopers report to the command center at once. Attention! Attention! Listen up! I need some badass can lickers front and center. The mills have busted through to our side of the mines and are about to come marching their rusted metal chassis into Droid Town. Somebody's gotta seal off those mines and bury those mills pronto. So, where are my heroes?
Which of you brave troopers is up to the task? You're kidding me. You two are all that's left.
Sir, yes, sir. All the others are already out in the firefight, sir, or they've been, destroyed.
Yo, you gonna go for one more?
You got a screw loose, kid? What the hell do you know about fighting Mills, newbie?
Nada. But you got any other options, Chief?
Yeah, well, learn fast or die trying. Okay, stick with Screwed and Hosed here. They'll show you what to do. And while you're down there, help out whatever droids you find along the way. You can always use some new recruits. Now get a move on!
Come on, Glitch. We've got to seal these mines to prevent the Mills from discovering the location of Droid Town. If we seal these mines at the far end, we can keep the Mills from taking any more ore. Let's take this lift down and rescue as many miners as we can.
Okay, thank you for that little bit of exposition. In fact, there was quite a bit of exposition just now. That was a very lengthy cutscene. So, okay, they're just gonna keep talking. So what kind of game is this? As you can see, it's a third-person shooter, and it has one of my favorite character tropes. It's the robots that, for some reason, sound like people from, I don't know, those particular parts of the states where everyone talks like they're from Texas, even if they're not actually from Texas. You know, that kind of cowboy sound, if that makes sense, or like that very rugged. I've always loved that juxtaposition because robots are supposed to be all high-tech and sophisticated. I think it's kind of the foundation. This is the reason why a lot of people seem to really like, including myself, Orbot and Cubot, right, from Sonic, where it's you got Orbot who's like all, you know, proper, and then Cubot who acts like a fucking idiot.
Stay
and
close to Host and me. We've already had a few run-ins with the grubs, so we can show you how to get out of here in one chunk.
I apologize for the fact that you can barely hear their voices. I mean, like, this is some, I don't want to say it's Sonic Adventure 2 type audio mixing, but okay, that game's mixing wasn't that bad, come on. It's just my go-to reference for that kind of stuff, but you can barely hear these guys unless I go ahead and like maybe rip the sound effect.
Stick to move, and your right analog stick to aim. Jump over these rocks by tapping the X button once.
Yeah, thank you. I know how this works. But yeah, unless I go ahead and rip all the voice files, I don't think I'll be able to really do anything about it. So I guess we're just going to have to listen close. But either way, yeah, the controls in this game are, they're interesting because on the horizontal axis, I needed to do just a little bit of tweaking to get them just right. Whereas on the vertical, they're really not sensitive enough if you ask me. Anyway, what am I supposed to do here? I think I'm just supposed to, just keep moving forward. This is basically the tutorial stage. Nothing too special. We're going to get into a little bit of combat later, and then we'll do the first real level, and that'll basically be the first part of the series. The levels in this game go on for quite some time, I gotta say, after just a little bit that I played of this game, so I can't guarantee that, you know, every episode will cover 2 stages.
Double tap your X button to gain the extra height you'll need to get up to that door.
Oh yeah, I forgot. This is another more like early to 2003, right? So more like closer to mid-2000s era third-person game, which has a double jump, which means that the platforming isn't going to be all that. Well, actually, it is kind of challenging because it's stiff as a fucking boulder. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're going to see this happen a lot in this playthrough. Jump, and then, like, have to back up all awkward, and well, the shadows are very well done. This game really isn't a looker. You know, I know it's a PS2 game, but there's much better PS2 games out there. Although, I mean, I can't really expect too much. This clearly was not a AAA title. I don't know how much it cost back then because I was kind of 2 years old when this game came out, and none of my friends had this game on their PS2s because they did. As you can see, the checkpoint symbol is showing up quite often. That's because this game...
They've taken control of the lift, and they'll be here any minute. Glitch, you're gonna have to use that mining laser for more than just cutting through rocks.
Yeah, that's our introductions to the combat. Yeah, there's a lot of checkpoints in Metal Arms.
Reticule. When it turns red, use your R1 button to let them have it. Now take cover.
And I very much appreciate that.
They're under mill control now. Destroy!
Can you fuckers stop interrupting me? I very much appreciate the frequent checkpoints because I'm not great at this game. Although I am playing on easy mode now, so I'm curious to see how much easier it is compared to normal. I wonder if this game is a case of the like late 90s shooter where normal mode is actually hard and easy is closer to what I'd expect normal to be, or it's more of like Serious Sam, where easy is actually...
Will unlock doors, but they require an activation chip like this one. Use your triangle button at the switch. Then we can move on.
Well, yeah, it might also be the kind of game where easy is just piss easy. We're gonna find out. So far, I haven't taken too much damage. As you can see, those atom-like fucking Jimmy Neutron-looking things are what restore your health. They're not batteries. It could be that because you have a battery there. And you do pick up, the batteries that you pick up are the ones that increase your health as a whole. So you get to upgrade your health bar. There's a lot of... This game has an interesting structure because it's totally linear in terms of the stages. Like, the levels are just, you know, stage by stage, no hub worlds, no nothing. But the levels do have a little bit of open-endedness with some extra things you can collect and find, which make, you know, future stages a little bit easier. So it has these tiny little bits of role-playing, but not quite. There's no, like, XP or anything. It's not an RPG, right? It's not a Metroidvania, oh my god. And that's the first death of this playthrough. Maybe first of many. But fortunately, as you can see, boom, restored back to the last checkpoint, which is right here. So not much progress was lost, clearly. So what do we do here? Well, you don't actually shoot the guys. You shoot the bridge, there you go, to make it collapse. So let me just sit over here and wait until my blaster regenerates, because this game does that, you know, it's a very traditional system where you have, like, you know, your typical limited ammo weapons, and then you also have the infinite ammo blaster, but to keep it from being OP, they make it so it has to regen. And that's okay. You're not going to be using it too much, because later on you pick up some nice weapons, a rocket launcher, a machine gun, lots of really cool shit with these very creative names. And the shop system is very good, mainly because...
Take this coring charge and throw it at those rocks. The explosion should free those trapped miners.
Not because it's like anything special, it's just that the guys who host it are fucking hilarious. Oh, come on. One more. There you go. Freedom. Great. And now we can just keep going through this stage. And, yeah, as a tutorial level, it's really not that bad. I don't really know what could possibly make it bad, I guess, if it didn't teach you the mechanics, but I feel like it's a little necessary. I kind of wish there was an option to...
Jump through this shaft, and we'll see if we can find a way around.
Yes, yeah, I love the way they talk, if you can even hear it. I do feel like it's a little unnecessary. The mechanics in this game are incredibly straightforward. Why am I moonwalking? Oh, this is great. Oh, are we done? Yeah, we're no longer sliding. You know, these crystals look like you can mine them. You can't. You know, for a mining robot, you sure are fucking bad at your job.
Where the mills broke through.
I could barely hear what you just said, but it doesn't matter because at this point we're just following the AI. Yeah, I'm fucking moving it, yeah. If you couldn't tell, the guy you're playing at is called Glitch.
There's too many of them down there, Glitch. Let's take the zip line and zoom right over them. Double tap the X button to grab the line. You can use the L1 button as a brake to slow you down when you get near the bottom.
The zip lines don't really get much use in the game, or at least so far, based on what I've seen. Come on, just go and hit, there you go. And now we can just kind of move forward. You can brake for some reason, but you don't really have to, so we're just going to keep moving down. I was actually thinking of making some custom textures so that the PlayStation buttons actually look like my keyboard, but I'm not sure how many possible inputs the game has, so... Oh, there you go. There's the first stage done. Now we're going to move on to the first real level of the game. It's because I'm not sure if the game is going to throw in some, like, unique textures and different ones. Basically, some games do this really annoying thing where different instances of even the same button are considered a different texture file.
Turn back, Glitch!
RIP. And so because of that, you have to basically go...
We just got a flatline signal from hosed and screwed. No time for tears. You're on your own for now. Get the hell to the other side pronto. Try finding a weapon to cut those wires.
So you would basically have to go for the whole game to find every individual instance of said texture and then replace it and whatever. I can't really be screwed to do that, so instead, I just say I can't really be screwed to do that. I can't be fucked to do that. That's what this game would do. Except, as you just heard in the opening, it's got quite the language, even if it is partially censored. And I like it. I love a game with, like, the kind of visuals that look like something out of a kid's game, but it's very Conker's Bad Fur Day, except unlike Conker's Bad Fur Day, I'm actually having a good time with the game. Okay, it's not a bad game, it's just very inconsistent with its gameplay mechanics, and I don't feel like... You know what's really interesting? That Rareware have genuinely never made a 3D platformer. What about Banjo-Kazooie? What about Donkey Kong? No. They've never made a 3D platformer. They've made 3D collectathons and 3D action-adventure games. But they've never made, like, a typical run-around and jump-on-stuff game. Because the platforming, even if it was there for the games, it was present, it was never the focus because it was never challenge-based. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be like calling this a platformer. Because I can jump. Like, oh, I can jump. This isn't a platformer. This is a shooter. It just happens to have a little bit of jumping around, right? And also, I love how there's these yellow arrows, which pretty much guide you throughout every single level. It's almost impossible to get lost, but there is a decent amount of exploration. What do you do here? You don't go through that door because it's locked. You shoot that. Fortunately, this game does this really cool thing where a lot of games do this, where the reticle will light up not only with enemies, but also with destructible objects. So I can very easily, there's another checkpoint, I can very easily just figure out what I have to break. In this case, it's this, and I think there was a PA announcement, but I completely talked over it, and I apologize. Actually, I don't, because it's not very important. All we have to know is that we got to pick up one of these. Oh, it's actually multiple of them, I just realized. And this is the kind of game where you genuinely want to be using cover. Now, again, I'm on easy mode compared to the normal mode that I was playing on earlier, so maybe I'm not going to have to use cover quite as often. I love how you can just completely dismember them. Like, you can basically disable them. Even if they're technically still alive, they're just running around like a headless, literally like a headless chicken. Like, they can't do anything. They have no gun. But basically, this is how you want to play the game. You duck in a cover. This is how most third-person shooters were like before Gears of War. I think I get why that game essentially popularized the genre the way that it did for console gaming. Because up until that point, it was kind of clunky. I can't say that this is the smoothest playing game. It runs all right. For a PS2 game, but what I mean is you really have to go out of your way to position yourself behind cover properly. This isn't the kind of game where you have, like, for example, or Uncharted or something like that, where you just snap a button and you have a magnet on your back, which would actually, funnily enough, make way more sense thematically for this game because you're playing as a robot. So you'd think that maybe you wouldn't have a magnet because magnets are not good for technology, don't you know? Goddamn, even on easy mode, I'm getting my fucking health bar shredded. Sheesh. I'm gonna have to fucking actually try here, which is, oh no, they sneak up on you. They're really good at that. You have to pay attention to your minimap at all times. Fortunately, they do drop health occasionally, but they haven't dropped health in quite some time, and it's kind of annoying me. Come on, die, please drop me some health. Oh god, I hate how they always have the height advantage. Or, not always, but it depends on the level design. Nope, those shiny things I'm picking up are your currency. You want to hold on to those because you can then buy stuff from these two sleazy bastards later. You'll see what I'm talking about. Jesus Christ, a hit scan. Like, no, see, because there's a guy off to my side, so I have no idea where I'm going. And there you go. Funny, it showed the mission failed logo before I actually failed the mission. This is going to be a very common sight. I think I'm just going to ignore the enemies. I will not have as much money as I would like to have because I'm doing that, because I'm just ignoring them. But it's the only way I'm going to survive here. So what we want to do is actually go over here, break through these grates, and jump in. Now we get a new gun, the Spew. Now this is your genuine main gun, right? This is the one you want to be using the whole time. Now, where do we have to go? I forgot, actually, because there's no markings. It's really not that complicated, though. All you really have to do, we can find some more ammo over here for your Spew. I haven't accessed that area yet, but I believe there was there were some goodies I can get over here. Not just weapons, but also... Wait, let's not leave the ventilation system just yet. I swear to God, I remember. I literally did this like a few hours ago. I remember there was a battery over here somewhere where I could, yep, there is. This right here extends your health bar. Like it's Mega Man X. And for some reason that animates at 60 frames per second. And that's the only thing that does. And now my health bar is a little bigger. So now hopefully I'll be able to... I think this is a new area. I'm not entirely sure. Boom. Break right through that. And yeah, this must be a new area because I would have remembered those red ropes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch over to our Razor Jack. I don't know what it's called. What is it called? It's literally called the Ripper. Holy shit. How did it not get sued by Epic Games? Because that was back when the Unreal Tournament series was like a thing that existed. So that's literally the same weapon and concept. It is called the Ripper. It even looks kind of similar. How did they get away with that? From a legal standpoint, because really, you can copyright that, right? They can copyright like a flak cannon or something like that. I don't think I have the necessary chip. No, I don't. I have to get a chip, and that arcade machine isn't some stupid minigame. It's actually essential to progression. You have to hijack the brain or the circuits or whatever of one of the enemy robots and then use him to infiltrate the air. It's really cool. You're going to see what happens later. but we just have to make sure we survive this section. So on easy mode, I am having a, well, obviously slightly easier time staying alive. I'm not quite as glued to cover as I normally would be, although that's not to say that, I just died, right? I've died twice so far, to one of those times was just me being a fucking idiot, which is, thank you, health, even though I didn't really need it that badly that time because I had mostly full health. But as you can see, this is basically how the combat loop goes. It's very standard. The auto-aiming isn't quite as generous as you really would expect it to be in a game like this, to be honest. I don't know, I can't say it's not useful, because it is. It's very useful, but as you can see, it's more of the Halo kind of auto-aim, where it just kind of makes your cursor sticky, but at the same time, you do still have to aim. It doesn't skew your bullet trajectory. And I think we're back to the starting area, but that's okay, because over here, I can grab this health that I completely missed, so we can be at 100% health instead of like 95% health. So now let's just make our way back to the area that we were, although come to think of it, wait, let's scour this area just a little bit more, because I might be missing something. I'm not entirely sure, because I know you have to pick up a chip at some point because of this, right? I don't have that chip right now. I have to go and find it. Now that chip, I don't remember where it is exactly, but it must be in some area accessed via the ventilation. Are there any more enemies up here? No, there is not, which means that I can just do a little bit of double jumping, go this way. What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Am I getting shot at from... Wow, this guy's smart. He's actually inside the ventilation. How did he even... And there you go, we got a chip. Let's get back, because now that we have that chip, we can, play some Sonic Unleashed. No. Chip. I love it. Yum. Alright. Let's go over here. Hit the, whatever button I've configured it to. In this case, F, actually. We dick around with the joystick that's on the left side. And, now, we are one of the enemy robots. What do? We fucking destroy everyone. And don't worry, because you have infinite of these guys. Like, you can never lose this part of the game. If I get killed, I just respawn. Like, I can just go back in. I don't have to find another chip. I can just go right back into this area and go ahead and, you know, commit, I guess, homicide it would be. I don't know. Murder more of my own kind. What are they even talking about? They have all these random voice lines, which admittedly get kind of annoying. You can't pick up any of the money you find from them, because, like, no shit. Like, why would you want to use the money of your own kind, I guess, if that makes sense? Like, they leave it there for the sake of the, oh shit, they've broken my fucking up. Yeah, because as you can see, you're susceptible to all of the things that can happen to them. What you really want to do is go all the way over here, try to not, you know, get shot by your own kind, and there you go. Go over here and destroy this thing. Because after you've destroyed it, I think that's enough. Is that enough? Yep. Do that. Look what happens. Everything falls apart. And now that everything's falling apart, we can progress to the next part of the stage. Now let me just see if I have. Yeah, I do. There was an announcement saying, like, can you check on a disturbance in the whatever sector? Doesn't matter to us. What matters is that we can just keep on shooting through these guys. And yeah, this is the kind of game that has really great set pieces. I'm really enjoying it so far. I've only played a couple stages, really, before starting this playthrough, and I can already say that I see a lot of good things ahead of me. This game has a lot of promise. I hope there's no stupid part. Like, you know how every game from this time period would always have that one dumbass section where they have you doing something completely unrelated to the main gameplay? Now, there is a vehicle segment later on. In fact, this game has a little bit of a reliance on vehicles, but the vehicles do control well, so it's not a big deal. I just hope there's no... there's probably, let's be real, there's probably going to be a turret segment at some point, most likely. I hope there's no, like, maybe air control, like a fucking helicopter type mission or something like that. That would be annoying, right? Let's hope that the developers keep it in good taste and just, you know, have you doing the things that this game is good at doing, which as of right now is the shooting mechanics. So as you can see, we just go ahead and destroy this. You want to destroy this thing because it's a generator, and it also acts as the key to letting my boys out. As you can see, all these guys right here, they're trapped. We're just going to want to throw stuff at it and shoot it as well, and eventually it will explode. It might not seem like it, but it does eventually explode. You want to use as many... Okay, there's something that annoys me about the grenades in this game. The fact that Glitch over here, he actually froze them. Wait, did this not work? Oh, I think that might not have been the solution to to the puzzle. I'm gonna have to try and find something else. Ooh, more money, good. He froze the grenade slightly to the, like, off to the left in a way. So sometimes when I'm throwing a grenade, I think this is it. Is this it? No, it's not it. And all of a sudden, you know, there's something to the left of me, and I keep thinking, and I think that it's gonna be okay because I'm technically not right in front of it, but because of the way that he froze them, they end up exploding in my face anyway. So that's a little bit frustrating, let's just say. When in doubt, just follow the markers, because there's arrows on the floor everywhere in this game. So we can simply follow them. And yeah, that's what I've been missing. There's always that one extremely obvious section of the level where it's like, yeah, no shit. That's what you have to do. Oh, good thing you can't get squished. Now I just have to wait until the lift comes back down. Come on, there you go. Thank you. There's a nice, I don't know what you call this aesthetic. Is there an official name for it in the world of art direction, art styles? That kind of cute but also gritty looking art direction, because the characters in this game are very cartoony robot style. They're not like hyper detailed or anything, but at the same time they are a little bit edgy looking. Like there's a lot of grime on them and stuff. And the music. Oof, yeah. This is 2003. You can really tell Meteora just came out, right? Linkin Park. Do I really have to say that? I'm pretty sure you get that it's... Oh, these guys are an absolute dick face, and I hate them so much. They do a fuck ton of damage, and you can't really run away from them. So you're just going to have to keep shooting at them until... Fortunately, you do have a bunch of allies helping out. That's something this game does really well. Fights in big numbers. You almost never fight alone. Almost. Wait a second, I just realized I probably have, yep, I have a ton of ammo for the spew, I think it was called. But yeah, you're always accompanied, at least most of the time, by some of your I don't know, yellow robot bumblebee looking dudes, you know? Short little stubby bumblebees. And that's great, because you really aren't super effective on your own. You really want to be fighting with your friends, I don't know, and there's not a lot of like tactics or anything. You just kind of run in and hope they cover for you. But I really do enjoy the little interactions, like some of the voice lines. I don't know if you'll even be able to hear them at any point during this playthrough. But yeah, it's just a really fun... It's a simple game in essence, but at the same time it has a lot of things going on. And as you can see, like this level's been going on for quite some time, and it's gonna keep...
Very unstable, Glitch. You better get out of there quick.
And it's gonna keep going for quite some time, actually. Well, hopefully it won't be too long. Of course, I want to end the episode right after this level is over and then start the next one, because, yeah, this game is, it's got some lengthy stages. But it's not a bad thing, necessarily. I feel like they all justified their length. So far, there hasn't been anything too monotonous or overly time-consuming for no good reason, if that makes sense. Oh, of course, that's where we would have to go, I imagine, right? Please tell me that's where we have to go and I'm not just going in circles. Let's see. Or... No, this isn't... I should probably just follow my, my AI companions, because they probably know where I'm supposed to go better than I know, because... I don't know how I have this just incredible ability to forget things that... Okay,
I'll get you to the far end of the mines. It's collapsing! Move quick! Glitch!
Well, that's a bit of a cliffhanger, but of course we know that he makes it out alive. So this has been the first episode of Glitch in the System, Metal Arms. That's actually the other way around, but either way, that was part 1. I'll see you guys in part 2, where we'll be continuing on to the next mission. Hope you enjoyed this one. See you guys in part 2.